Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is hovering around the $30,500 level that is just below the 50% Fibonacci retracement level. And that is quite meaningful, and we're going to take a look at that in the chart now. Overall, we see a little bit of recovery yesterday. As you know, if you've been following my videos, we expected some recovery in a corrective wave up, and that is exactly how it's looking like. And we will remain of that view until we are being proven wrong by the market. So let's take a look at Bitcoin in more detail. So maybe let's start with a higher level view and maybe also outlook. So this is the Bitcoin chart. Yeah, we have come up here in April 21. That was the back then all-time high in a wave one. So an impulsive wave. An impulsive wave means that you have 5 waves, and ideally the wave 4 should not cut into the wave 1. The wave 3 is usually the longest one, but definitely shouldn't be the shortest one. So there are certain rules that we need to adhere to when we count these waves on the charts. Yeah, it's not just made up stuff. No, there are clear rules that we have to adhere to, and if you get the wave count wrong, then you won't come to a good result here. But overall, it has really adhered very well to this Elliott Wave count. So we made that all-time high here. We came down in a wave A, we moved up in a wave B, and we came down here in a wave C, which is part of that wave 2. So after a wave 2, what you would usually expect is after a wave 1, you would usually expect a wave 2. That wave 2, in this case, came along in the shape of a flat pattern, an expanded flat. Yeah, and an expanded flat is a pattern where you, in your B wave, which you can see here, this was the all-time high, where you overshoot the beginning of the wave A, and where you then come down in your wave C lower than the low of the wave A. And that is what we talked about back in November already. Talked about this price area down here, and after 6 months we finally reached it. It was a bit of a journey, a bit of an adventure here, and of course the adventure is carrying on, you know. But yeah, this is currently what we're seeing here. And after the wave 2 is complete, well, then we should look at new price ranges, new price levels in ideally a wave 3. Now, of course, we could get another one too. That is simply what we don't know yet. We will then need to look at the price structure. But this is already Bitcoin's third 1-2 setup, which means, you know, the probability that more 1-2 setups happen just goes down. So the view would be that in a new bull run in a wave 3, and I just assume now we may get down to 22k in this current correction. So the next target for the next bull run would be around 123k. Yeah, the absolute minimum would be 123k. That would be the target for a wave 3, the 1.618 Fibonacci extension level. Okay, so this is what we would expect in a wave 3, but it should go higher because we had 3 1-2 setups, and this is really only the minimum target for such a wave 3. Okay, let's go and take a look at the lower time frame Elliott Wave count. So let's go in to the hourly chart here, adjust it a little bit, and not too many news since my last video. But it's currently still adhering here to that wave 4 Elliott Wave count here. So we, again, I don't want to go through the entire count again, but the assumption is that what Bitcoin did here was a wave 4, which means we made an WXY double zigzag pattern, which is a corrective pattern, which means here at the wave Y, that is currently my primary expectation, the wave Y is already complete, which means the wave 4 is complete, which means we should now enter a new impulsive wave down in 5 waves. And it's looking a little bit like we started that already. Therefore, this roadmap here on the chart, where we can see the expected next moves in a wave 3 in yellow, a wave 4 to the upside, a wave 5 down, which takes us to complete down here into the target area again, between 20 and 25.5k, where we should complete the overall correction on the Bitcoin chart. And at the moment, it looks like we are in this yellow wave 3 here. And that yellow wave 3 will be completed by finishing off this pink wave 4 and then by going down in that pink wave 5. So this is the decision point we have here at the moment. Will this pink wave 5 end now or not? And we are getting to a very critical level here now. Yesterday morning we talked about here these areas that a wave 4 would normally retrace to the 38.2% fib level. Here it was stalled a little bit and then it moved up here overnight to the 50% fib level at 30,600, which is absolutely a valid retracement level. I just need to adjust that a bit more accurately. An absolutely valid retracement level still for a wave 4. So with the highest likelihood here in this area, you would expect a turnaround for the wave 4, and you would expect that wave 4 to be complete. It can go higher, yeah. So I mentioned in the previous video, I think that the $30,900 level is still possible. And if we break above the 50% fib retracement, I mean, the next major resistance would be at 30,900. And all it must not get into, let me just do that because there are no overlaps allowed. It must not exceed 31,325. So that is a very critical level. If it gets above that level, this wave count is invalidated. For now, what I think, I would, from my point of view, I would even allow it to go to 30,900. If it goes above that, I think it is more likely that we will once more go into that orange target area up here, which is between 32,161 and 34,300, because we are then moving up a little bit too much for a wave 4, especially if we look at the relationship between the wave 2 and the wave 4. The wave 4 is already very long. What we would want to see is really that, we maybe would move down now or retrace just a little bit more to 30,900 and then come down. If we really move above 30,900, for me, this means higher likelihood that we actually come down. I mean, very important resistance will be at that area of 31,300, yeah. That will just be important resistance because it's an important swing low here. But we are already retracing a little bit too much for a wave 4. Okay, and that is currently how I see it. So we should move down now. If we don't, it might just be what I said yesterday, the alternative wave count, where we would then move up here, that wave X to wave Y, what I have currently labeled as that, was in that case then probably only a wave A. We're moving down now, or we moved down in a wave B, and we are now going to see here that wave C, which should then come once more into that target area. And that would then complete the wave Y here. So there are two different scenarios that we're looking at here. This is a key decision point now. It's a key decision point because of that 50% Fibonacci retracement level, but also on the daily chart, very meaningful. If you look at the indicators, so we still have a short signal here on the daily. A bullish crossover was prevented, which means a lot. Yeah, it really means a lot. But what is more relevant here is on the daily chart, we have not come above the 50 level yet. So this indicates that we are sort of still in bearish momentum, and also the MACD on the daily is losing steam again. So for me, this just indicates that it is losing steam already on its way up here. And in that instance as well, especially as we approach this important resistance, this will hint towards a turnaround, yeah, at this critical area. So yeah, very, very key decision point at the moment. So for example, if we now see a bearish engulfing candle, maybe on the 4 or the 1 hour chart, that would really hint towards another move down. You know, that would hint to why, right, that wave 4 is now complete. What is important in that case then is that we really move down below 29,300. That would confirm that the wave 4 is complete. So there are signs that will add up. So for example, if we see any bearish signs on the price now, that will already give us an indication, and then 29.3K. that will be sort of a confirmation that the wave 4 is complete. And then an even better confirmation would be the move below wave X here, which is at 28K. Yeah, and that is my view here about Bitcoin at the moment. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.